Whoo! What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 36, season 4 of... 35, season 4 of the Monday Night Wars. I was just testing you, Justin.
No, you weren't. You just didn't
And
know.
joining me, as always, is...
Your memory has gone off the deep end, Chad.
That's okay. Listen, the
Aw.
fact of the matter is we're here.
LeBron James just tweeted, "Maybe it's me."
No. Oh,
That's not a fake tweet.
that's wild. Maybe it's me. Wow. LeBron James is broken.
He's he's down bad.
Down bad.
In out of context, today Kyrie Irving got traded today.
Yeah,
if you
the
wanted
Dallas Mavericks.
If you wanted the timestamp of when we were recording this episode, Kyrie was traded about 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
Or what time is it now? 6?
Yeah.
It's traded about 5 hours ago. Sorry, not 8 hours ago. It was 12 o'clock our time.
Yeah.
My computer's still in Eastern because I like to know when my friends are going to bed. That still live in the Eastern Conference.
You said your phone's on Eastern time?
No, my computer.
Oh, okay.
It's 8 o'clock Eastern time right now. It's only 6 o'clock Mountain time. That's where we're at. The TW streaming streaming house
time,
is on
baby.
Mountain time. Let's get into it. We're 13 days away from the biggest party of the summer. Summer Slam, Chad.
Yes.
The slam of the summer.
Yes. The biggest slam of the summer.
Yes. Live at Staples Center, Los Angeles, California. The stars will be there. The night will be shining bright. And we'll have a lot of fights. SummerSlam, let's get into the show. We start off with the Women's Invitational. Let's pull up the bracket real quick. Lita takes on Akira Hokuto for the first time. And she gets the job done. She now moves to 3-1, while Hokuto to 2-2.
I thought it was Lita Gata.
No, it's no.
No.
That will probably be last at this point.
Pretty sure you said it was Lita Gata.
No, I did say Tori and Gata, I think.
No,
that was last week. Tori takes on Nagayo up next. Oh, no, Cutie Suzuki, I forgot. It was Tori and Cutie Suzuki that I promised. And Tori wins over Cutie Suzuki. If I can remember, it was Nagayo and Gata is what I promised. And that is actually up next, Chad. Tori, first off, has beaten Cutie Suzuki. That moves her up to tying Lita with 3 points and also tying Gata with 3 points. Cutie Suzuki down to 2-2. Thanks, Stan. Oh, an upset win, Nagayo!
An upset win!
Over Jackie Gata with a running 3.
Wow.
Nagayo.
Every single person's lost now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And not everyone has won, as Kyoko is still winless.
Oh.
But that gives Nagayo her first win here, Chad.
Nice.
So that moves a 3-way tie between Lita, Tori, and Jackie Gata at the moment. Oh my God. Jackie Gata almost injured Nagayo with a botched move.
No.
And Nagayo was not happy and maybe have took it into her own hands.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe Gata wasn't.
Maybe Gata was supposed to, and Nagayo said, fuck that, and shot on her.
Punched her in the face and knocked her out.
Mickey James. Oh, Kyoko losing again here. Losing to Mickey James here. Mickey James will go to 2-2. Kyoko into 0-4 at the moment right now. A rough women's invitational for her.
Yes, indeed.
And Yuki Miyazaki defeats Miko Satomura in 9:41 with a submission, which now will bring the women's invitational. Lita, Tori, Yuki Miyazaki, and Jackie Gata all with 3 points here, Chad. They're running away with it. Akira Hokuto, Mickey James, and Cutie Suzuki with 2.
Poor Kyoko, we know.
She's trying.
She's trying her best.
She's trying. She's got 0. Nagayo and Satomura both with 1 point. What match are you looking forward to next week, Jen? Do you want Jackie Gata Lita next week?
Yeah.
Let's run it. Let's go. I'm gonna put Lita and Gata next week. All right. I'm trying to.
Because Lita and Tori Wilson have wrestled, right?
Yep. You can see right here that she's fought number 1.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
That's how it works.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's pretty neat.
That's how it works.
Got it.
That's what I mean when it keeps track of everything. It tells you who they've already fought.
Nice.
The numbers represent these numbers. So
nice.
You just go like number 10,
so
Jackie.
We haven't gotten Lita Mickey James yet either.
We have not.
Interesting.
Interesting. She hasn't really fought the back end. She hasn't fought Mickey, Cutie, Miyazaki, Kyoko, and Jackie Gator.
Arguably, some of the bigger names in this tournament, Lita hasn't. You know what I mean? Because
she has some early. I mean, she lost to Tori, but she's got wins over Nagayo and Sanomura.
Mickey and Suzuki are two former have won a women's belt before, whether it be this company or another company.
And so is Cutie Suzuki.
That's what I said.
Oh yeah, you did.
James
You're right.
Suzuki.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Let's move on to the start of the show. We don't have a promo tonight. We are starting off hot and heavy
with the Undertaker.
Hot
and helly.
We're going to Dylan Martin, Danny Basham here tonight, Chad.
Got 69.
It did.
Nice.
That's how we love starting, Chad. 69s.
Anytime you can start your day with a 69, you're off to a good start.
We're here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Jim Ross loves a good old 69 to start the show in his hometown.
Oh, slobber knocker. I'm 69.
Saucer. Oh, man. Let's keep moving. Dylan Martin, though, losing to Danny Basham after distraction from his partner, Doug Basham. Gabriel Burton did not make it out to the ring tonight as he is still nursing his broken jaw that was stepped on by Doug Basham last week in that post-match brawl. And Dylan Martin went out there alone, and the numbers game got to him tonight. The Bashams with a win. Sean Morley, though, we move on. Sean Morley makes his return to the ring next week, Chad. The doctors are calling it a miracle that he's returning this quick.
A miracle.
A miracle, they say.
Miracle Man, Sean Morley.
We move on, Chad. Kurt Angle is interviewed by Kevin Kelly tonight, and he really asked Kurt Angle what he really feels about Jericho and the BMD. Is Jericho with the Black McMahon dynasty? What's going on in Kevin? He looked lost out there, but Kurt Angle, he was fantastic, Chad. And he says, you know what, at this point, if Kurt wants to turn his back, he wants to become a sellout and throw his whole future away to be with PJ Black, Psychosis, Mark Henry, Vince, people that will turn their back on anyone at any given opportunity to better themselves, go ahead. Oh, man, why do I keep...
I was like, okay.
I keep having... My brain just shuts down mid-promo. Oh, my God. Maybe the fans go on. Maybe that's distracting me.
Maybe.
I don't fucking know. What was the last thing I just said?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. Well, JBL, Mikey Anderson fight, Chad.
Nice.
And JBL wins in 15-13. He's still fucking unimportant to the crowd, and I hate it.
They got good chemistry.
JBL is one of the greatest in-ring performers right now who is not recognizable to the fans, and it hurts me. I want to push him. I want him to have matches, but he can't because the fans just don't like him. Backstage, Vince McMahon, PJ Black, Stephanie, and Shayna, they're in the office, and they're just talking like, I don't know how you did it, son. I don't know how you did it, stepson. But Kurt really believes that Jericho's with us. He's really believing. We got him right where we want him. We got him right where we want him, where we can take the belt off him. We're going to distract him. We're going to get in his head. We're already in his head. And that's that belt's going to be the last thing on his mind. And he's like, Jericho has no fucking idea. Jericho thinks that Kurt Angle... We got Kurt Angle thinking Jericho's with him. And as they're talking shit about Jericho and Angle, Chris Jericho's on the hallway listening outside the door, Chad.
Oh,
he's listening. He's doing the Cody Rhodes gimmick. We move on. Brock Lesnar is late, but he is here tonight, Chad.
Nice.
He's here tonight, Chad. He's here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Here at the Ford Center, live in front of 15,595 people, and they see Chyna defeat Joey Matthews in 14:54 with a power bomb. And Chad, I think you know what's coming.
I think I do.
She's calling her shot, brother.
Yeah.
She's on the microphone, and she says, I'm calling out Chad Collier. She says, I'm going to be a woman. If I'm going to go in the men's division, I'm going to go from the bottom, and I'm going to work my way to the top, and I'm going to have every championship. I'm going to win them all, and I might as well start with the easiest one, the European champion, and Chad Collier.
Oh, how disrespectful. How disrespectful.
We move on. Triple H takes on Fig tonight here, Chad, and Triple H wins in 14:34. Didn't forget the Intercontinental Champion tonight, Chad.
Oh, well, good.
And 14:34 with an ace crusher. But after the match, Jeff Jarrett makes his way down to the ring, and he says, Triple H, congrats on your big win. Congrats on your big momentum role. You beat Sean Morley, but At SummerSlam, my newest signee is cashing in his signing bonus.
Ooh.
And you might be wondering, who is this? Who is this newest signee? Well, you're going to have to wait to find out. Because at SummerSlam, Double J Records finally gets their hands on some championship gold. And they finally end the game. Edge and Christian are making their way down to the ring tonight, Chad. They're in tag team action against two men that have been on top of the Raw tag division before, but have never... Have they held gold? I don't remember if they've held gold before, Chad. Don't look. Don't look.
Okay, I'm not.
Have they ever won belts? That's... Whoa, hey, whoa. Dean Malenko has got a new picture, brother.
Oh.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Well, he is 41. He must have just had his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Dean
hey,
Malenko.
The pop bottle's
Pop
going
bottle
off.
or fireworks?
They have never held the gold. Have you ever looked at these? These are cool. Joey Matthews and Sultan.
Yeah, Firehouse.
Firehouse, 5-time. Have the most oh, no, Vader and Shamrock had the most defenses in this save. 6. The best friends.
Nice.
I miss them. I miss them so. We go, how much are they on? 1. Well, technically 3. It's a whole new reign. They take on Dynamo tonight, chat.
Ooh, Dynamo.
Another win for Edge and Christian, though. And they get a win in 16-19. Edge pinning Kaiji Muto with a missile dropkick. This is the best form that these two have had, and they run into Dean Malenko and Nick Gage at SummerSlam.
I thought it was going to be Stash in the Stud. I'm not going to lie to you. I legitimately thought it was going to be Stash in the Stud. I was like, Stash in the Stud had belts.
Backstage, Brock Lesnar has ransacked the arena looking for Randy Orton and Mike Tyson.
Oh.
They're not here tonight, but he doesn't know that. And he destroys the locker room. He suplexes about 6 guys, including Bull Buchanan, Jimmy Jacobs, Devin Storm, Frankie Kazarian, Teddy Hart, and Steve Wright all have taken bumps in this segment here, Chad. Brock Lesnar just absolutely fucking destroying the backstage area here in the Ford Center. But tonight, we have our main event. It is, as told on WWE.com. I hope you read your article.
Oh, of course. How could I miss it?
It is Mark Henry taking on the interim World Heavyweight Champion Kurt Angle in one-on-one action tonight, Chad.
Ooh.
Mark Henry, Kurt Angle, the first time they've ever fought in a one-on-one.
Strongest man versus the Olympic gold medalist.
Former tag team members, remember that?
They were tag team.
They were. And they come down to the ring, PJ Black and Psychosis, to be with Mark Henry. It's Henry and Angle. And a 92. Mark Henry beats the interim champion with a death from above following interference from PJ Black. Psychosis hits the ring. Shane McMahon hits the ring. Stephanie's yelling out. And they start beating him down. And then Jericho comes to save the day, Chad.
Hell yeah.
But Kurt Angle still doesn't trust him.
No.
Kurt Angle.
Thanks for the save, but I'm still got my eye on you.
Well, because Kurt Angle was unconscious. He didn't see the save.
Oh, got it.
And that's how we end Raw.
Well, hopefully he doesn't have DVR. He doesn't watch the show back. Or listen to anybody. This is about all wrestling shows in general. I've always been like, you just watch the show back and you'll see this private conversation in the locker room. You can watch.
Maybe they're like us and we just don't like watching our content back. So they're like, I don't want to watch the show.
Maybe it's like in their contracts. You will not watch Monday Night Raw when you go home.
We'll see you for Nitro.
All right, we are here with WCW Nitro, building towards barely legal in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But today we are in New Jersey at the Providence Center, Justin.
Prudential.
Yeah, that's what I meant, the Prudential Center. I did. I just misspoke. Okay, but anyway, we're just going to start the show. We got, of course, the advertised Tough Enough match in the pre-show. Giant Singh versus Austin Aries in an abysmal pre-show match. Giant Singh defeated Austin Aries in 440 with a brain chop.
No way that was not randomized.
That was not randomized. And we got another Tough Enough match. Colt Cabana versus Sean O'Haire. And in about that had terrible wrestling in the crowd heat. Sean O'Haire defeated Colt Cabana in 10:08 with a Widowmaker. And another pre-show match, Sonny Siaki versus Kurt Hennig. And a pre-show about that Decent Wrestling Below Heat. Sonny Siaki defeated Kurt Hennig in 14:38 by pinfall.
Kurt Hennig, man. He is... this poor fella.
We start the show off. Billy Kidman has all of the championship scramble participants here because he has a big announcement. And before he can even announce his announcement, Bret Hart comes out. And Shawn Michaels says, "Now hang on, Billy. I already know what you're going to say. You're going to make this a 6-man scramble match. But I just want to say, I think that's completely unfair. We were promised a 5-man scramble match, and just because Bret beat the Big Show doesn't mean that we should have the 6-man, especially because Samoa Joe got involved and interfered."
I thought Bret took Big Show's spot because he won.
No. They said, the possibility. Billy Kidman said, go ahead and try. And then Billy Kidman said, you know what, Shawn Michaels, I'm happy actually you bring that point up because, Bret, this actually involves you. You see, here's the thing. Bret, I promised you that I told you that if you impressed me against the Big Show, that you would be in the scramble match. And listen, you did just that. You're in the scramble match. And Bret Hart starts celebrating, the fans cheer. He's like, oh, hang on. I didn't say you'd be in it as a wrestler. You see, Billy, Bret Hart, you are going to be the special guest referee of the championship scramble match. And everyone's boos. He goes, and Bret, you're going to have your first you're going to have your first look as a referee tonight in the main event because we're going to have a tag team main event. It's going to be Big Show and Shawn Michaels against Samoa Joe and Rob Van Dam with Bret the Hitman Hart as special guest referee. And Justin, we have our first match of the night. Noble No More James Gibson taking on Johnny B. Bad, who's back from injury.
Oh, welcome back, brother.
Yes. And
hey, here's a prominent spot we have for you, brother. Glad to have you back, Johnny B. Bad. Here's a prominent spot on TV. You'll be pushed to the...
And about that decent reaction from the crowd in Subpar Wrestling. Noble No More James Gibson defeat Johnny B. Bad with a diving leg drop. After the match, Mean Gene Okerlund is in the ring to interview Noble No More, and he says, James Gibson, a lot of people are talking about your attack against Tommy Dreamer last week. What do you have to say about that uncalled for attack? And James Gibson said, Mean Gene, everybody in WCW should just get used to it, because I have Noble No More, and I'm going to do whatever I want. And if anybody has a problem with that, then they can come into the ring and try to stop me. Are you going to stop me, Mean Gene? And he's like, oh, no. He's like, okay, then get out of here. And that's the end of that interview. What a prick from James Gibson.
I remember him beating up Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, he attacked him after his match last week. Yeah, Justin also forgets people.
I see this. The New Jersey Brawler. I see that. I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yep, told you.
All right, well, Fit Finley won.
Yeah, Fit Finley beat the New Jersey Brawler.
You were really pulling into your... You're really relying on your main event scene lately.
So,
goddamn New Jersey Brawler.
The New Jersey Brawler was here, and he got lost to Fit Finley. We're backstage. Medusa and Beth Phoenix are hanging out, and Trish Stratus, she says, you know what? I was on Good Morning America last week, so I wasn't here to tell you two that I don't appreciate you running your mouth, talking crap about my friend Minami Toyota, and also talking crap about me, all right? And as the champion of this women's division, it's my job to make sure bullies like you get taken care of. So I'll tell you what, Medusa, I challenge you to a match tonight. And Medusa accepts.
Why wouldn't she?
And it's right now. And in a poor match, Trish Stratus defeats Medusa Miceli in 7-11 with a Stratisfaction.
What a bullies they are. They fucking jobbing them singles match.
And we're backstage, and the gentleman Chase Tatum is in his locker room. Well, actually, he's on his way to go meet the boys for beer. And CM Punk, he says, hey, listen. He looks over and he says, Chase, you know, lately... you and I, our paths have been crossing. And listen, you know, the Wild Boys, you guys have been, you know, on a bit of a run. You've won the tag team titles, and you've really proven why you four are some of the hottest young stars in professional wrestling. However,
Dave's like 35.
yeah, he says, however, I'm CM Punk, and I'm the television champion.
Hey, I'm Chad.
And the future of pro wrestling doesn't get any brighter than my future. So, Chase, I'll tell you what. How about we decide who's the better man once and for all? Who's the best little leader of this little group? How about tonight, you and I, one-on-one for the television champion, and after a championship, and if you can beat me, Chase, listen, I'll shut up. I'll give you all of your due. But if I win, then that just proves that you and the rest of your boys are nothing more than the flavor of the week, an overrated wrestling stable. And
the two heel groups go one-on-one tonight.
Exactly. And Chase accepts. But Justin, Mil Muertes is in the ring, and Taz comes out, and the FBI at ringside. And in a decent match, Taz defeats Mil Muertes in 9:48 with a T-bone suplex.
Did Mil Muertes just job clean?
And then after the match...
That wasn't an answer!
After the match...
Give me a goddamn answer!
Taz beat him, yeah, clean. And,
okay!
And after the match, Johnny Stamboli, Tony Mamaluke, and Taz are in the ring, and Johnny Stamboli says, listen, Abyss, Mil Muertes, we just proved that my new boy Taz can beat you. And he says, and guess what? And then he brings out Charles Wright, who's back from injury, and Johnny Stamboli challenges Abyss and Mil Muertes to a tag team match at Barely Legal. Taz and Johnny Stamboli take the FBI, and Taz take on Abyss and Mil Muertes. You hope who lose.
That fucking pushes over now. You said fuck Abyss, I'm pushing Taz again, brother.
And in a good match, Justin, CM Punk drew with the gentleman Chase Tatum in 14:51. It was an overbooked mess. All the stable members ran in, and it ended. Hulk Hogan did good work at ringside.
Yeah, okay,
maybe we forgot him.
That's the one I missed.
We forgot Hulk.
I forgot Chase Tatum's all the way at the top because it's the gentleman.
Yeah, we forgot Hulk Hogan.
He's not a gentleman anymore. What's his fucking name?
Well, Hulk Hogan did good work at ringside when he jumped through the crowd and beat up Chase Tatum to start the chaos.
Is he part of CM Punk's group?
No, but he doesn't like Chase Tatum. Chase Tatum turned on him.
Yeah, but...
Nice. Good for CM Punk.
A new high
spot.
The Pepsi Plunge.
Yeah, the Pepsi Plunge. That's exactly what it was. Look at CM Punk. Good for Kevin Sullivan. And CM Punk is in the ring, and he grabs a microphone, and he says, you know what? I think there's only one way that we can settle this at Barely Legal. It's not going to be War Games. At Barely Legal, we're going to have a 4-on-4 tag team match. It's going to be the Society versus the Wild Boys. And the crowd goes nuts because that sounds like a fun match. We are backstage. Bubba and Devon are just beating the piss out of each other. And
I'm going to say Stacy.
are beating the piss out of Stacy Keibler.
I was really worried that's where that was going.
Bubba and Devon are fighting backstage. Stacy Keibler, she's like freaking out. And Billy Kidman, he separates them. And he says, listen, it's clear that you two want to fight, all right? And I can't have you fighting backstage, okay? On Monday Nitro, we must have decorum, all right? This is a professional wrestling show, and I expect you two to act like professionals. From here until the pay-per-view, you two are not to lay a hand on each other, and if you do, I'll fire you. Ooh. But if you're able to hold off until the pay-per-view, then I'll give you Bubba Ray Dudley versus Devon Dudley at Barely Legal. And Devon says,
we get it again.
And Devon says, I'm going to kick your ass at Barely Legal. Testify.
Bubba.
So we get Bubba versus Devon at Barely Legal.
Nice.
Yeah. And our main event tonight, a tag team match. And in an exceptional match, Samoa Joe and Rob Van Dam defeated Shawn Michaels and The Big Show when Rob Van Dam pinned The Big Show with a frog splash. The finish up Bret Hart take over as the referee after the original was knocked out. Yeah, I wouldn't let me physically add him as the referee, so I just did that. It wouldn't let me.
I'll show you.
But we'll do that. Yeah, you show me that. But anyway, that's what we had to do for this one. And we got an 87. So, got an 87.
The main event can only save
Exactly.
so much shit.
That's okay, though. We laid the groundwork for stuff. This was a groundworking show.
Yeah,
So,
I guess.
yeah.
But we're also 13 days away from the pay-per-view.
That's
the
okay.
Groundwork should have already been.
That's okay. Well, I mean, we kind of had been. I mean, CM Punk, we knew this was going to happen, so...
Did we know that was going to happen?
I mean, we knew they were going to get involved in some way. Maybe people thought it was going to be CM Punk versus Chase Tatum one-on-one. Maybe they thought that, but...
I didn't realize that they were feuding for the last couple weeks.
I mean, they've been in each other's business for the last couple weeks, but regardless...
You're going to have to explain that, because I just maybe forgotten.
I mean, they had Ken Anderson versus Perry Saturn literally last week when CM Punk said one of my society members are going to beat you up.
That's fair.
True. But regardless, that'll do it for Nitro. We will see you for Thunder and SmackDown. All right. Now we're here with Thunder. Sorry, the mic wasn't on the first time we did this, so we had to restart.
Over on every in-game year you do that. I think a good line of once a month.
Yeah. Probably forget at least once every recording session. But that's okay. Regardless, we're here now. We catch it. I think it's an even smaller list of times that we've caught it. Hey, at least as long as somebody does. Well, you go ahead and you do that, and I'll run the show for all of our people. First things first, everybody look, Mike Tenay's back. He shows up and he comes out and he's
You down west.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Oh my God, Mike Tenay is back!
It's like Michael Cole when Pat came out of the Rumble.
Mike Tenay, you gotta be kidding me! Mike Tenay is back. It's good.
Tell me, Cole. I had no idea.
It's good to be back, Don. I'm here once again to join the commentary table for WCW, and I'm excited. And what a show we're gonna have today on Thunder! And then immediately we start the show. Don West and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry when calling matches together. That's incredible. Dark Shark versus Homicide, and about that had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Homicide defeats Dark Shark in 10:19 with a cop killer. So Homicide gets a win here. Homicide's still on the up and up. He's been teaming with Low D lately, as they've been trying to take down Billy Kidman, and they lost a tag team match, and so since then they've kind of fallen down the ladder a little bit. But Dark Shark, who is a member of the council, does lose to Homicide as we move on to our next thing. The Rock comes out, and he's got his microphone, and he says, "Finally, The Rock has come back to the Golden Lion Stadium." He says, "Now, Rock, tonight, in the main event, The Rock will take on Dumb and Dumber and Minoru Suzuki. Now, Suzuki, you have something that The Rock wants, and so The Rock is prepared to take it. And it's either going to be in a match, one-on-one, Rock, Suzuki, or it will be tonight after our six-man tag when The Rock beats your candy ass all over the arena." And then AJ Styles comes out, and AJ says, "Rock, here's the thing. We're teaming tonight. That's true, but I have my own particular issue with Billy Kidman and the council. You see, they turned their back on me. We were doing just fine as far as winning went until we brought Suzuki into the fold. And then it's been, oh, forget about AJ. Oh, who cares about AJ? Kidman, I did not fail you. You failed me. And now I have the opportunity to team up with The Rock and a man who, well, I'm not the biggest fan of. A man who we're not friends, but we can coexist for one night if it means I can get a little bit of payback against the council." And then Ray comes out, the Cruiserweight champion. He says, "AJ, you're right about one thing. I do not like you. In fact, AJ, I hate you. You and I, we've had our battles, and we don't see eye to eye. And yeah, we're teaming tonight. And if you betray me, it'll be the last thing you do. Ray, sorry, The Rock didn't mean to interrupt you, but AJ Styles, if you betray this team, Rey Mysterio won't have a chance to get to you because The Rock will insert his boot right up your candy ass, and he will lay down the smack." Well, and then everyone laughs because he's about to say the SmackDown. He said, "I'll lay the thunder on your candy ass."
I don't like that. You need to find a different name.
And then Billy Kidman comes out with the Harris brothers and Minoru Suzuki. And he just says, listen, the three of you can all talk the talk, but let's see if you can walk the walk. I know, AJ, you haven't been able to walk the walk lately. And I know, Rock, you're not able to walk the walk because you get injured all the time. And Ray, well, let's be honest, even if you could walk the walk, it's basically going to be a 1-on-3 handicap match, and you're standing across the ring with Minoru Suzuki and two tough sons of guns, the Harris twins. And The Rock, Ray, and AJ, they all pretty much say, don't you worry about us. We'll be on our A game, and we're going to coexist, and we're going to kick your asses. And Rock says, and then afterwards, The Rock is going to... And Kidman says, Rock... I don't care what you have to say. I don't care what you think you're going to do to Suzuki, because at the end of the day, what matters is the Universal Championship. And as long as Suzuki has that belt, no one will be able to take it from him. And we go to our next match, Justin. Dan Severn takes on The Truth, which Ron Killings, he's The Truth. And in a poor match, The Truth defeats Dan Severn in 12:23 with The Truth or Consequences. Okay. And I don't know if you heard me from when you were in the bathroom, but Don West and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry.
I figured they would.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I was hoping they would too, But yeah, so that's sick. And then we're backstage. Vader and Shamrock are there hanging out backstage with Lash LaRue and Matt Cross, and Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas say, well, if it isn't the four of... They said, if the four of you spent more time training and working out and getting better instead of just hanging out backstage, well, maybe you'd eventually have what it takes to be the world's greatest tag team, and maybe it'd be you guys who would be the tag team champions instead of us. And Shelton says, but as long as, as long as you guys are learning from the washed-up fossil that is Vader and Ken Shamrock, the guy who lost to Minoru Suzuki, didn't get the job done, you guys will always just be the third best tag team. And Matt Cross, Lash LaRue, Vader, and Shamrock, they're all laughing. And Lash LaRue actually perks up and challenges Charlie Haas to a singles match tonight and says, listen, all right, let's see if you guys are so good. Like, let's see. Clearly the world's greatest tag team should have no problem facing me in a one-on-one match. So.
Did you book Lash LaRue on Mike in this?
Yeah.
Good for him for not having anything.
And Lash LaRue versus Charlie Haas. In a decent match, Charlie Haas defeats Lash LaRue in 10:30 with a Haas of Pain.
Better than what I thought.
Yeah, this did better than what I thought it was going to also. And once again, we've got more Tough Enough stuff. The rookies are all arguing, and Canyon and Lance Storm and I don't know why Chris Candido is there. He's just walking by. They're all arguing basically, and there's a big giant confrontation of them shouting. It is supposed to be Christian York. And while that's all happening, Coach Ron Simmons walks up and he's just looking around, and everyone stops arguing and looks at him, and he just goes, "Damn!" To a nice little pop from the audience. They found it funny. Ron Simmons.
Damn, where's
Christian York?
That's there. They saved
Damn, where's Christian York?
You saved it.
We got Bobby Roode taking on Claudio Castagnoli in a decent match. Bobby Roode defeated Claudio in 6:36 with a Rude Awakening. And then
Why Claudio?
Bobby Roode is celebrating in the ring, and then Chris Candido, he was on his way to come out. That's why he was walking through the Tough Enough people. Chris Candido comes out and he says, well, Bobby Roode, listen, I don't think me and you have ever, we might have met, but my name's Chris Candido, and here's the thing. I was injured, and while I was injured, actually, that's funny, you were injured too, and now you're back, and everyone's talking about how you are picking up some wins. You have a lot of potential, they're saying. But here's the thing. They also say the same thing about me. And I, unlike you, I'm a former tag team champion. So, Bobby, how about next week? How about next week you go one-on-one against some real competition, Chris Candido. And Bobby Roode accepts. So next week, Bobby Roode versus Chris Candido. And we're backstage, and Juventud accepts Steven Regal's challenge for one more match. And he says, and here's the thing, Steven Regal, if you're so humiliated, if you're so embarrassed by the Waffle House brawl, if you think you're above that and you really think that you're better than me, then how about you pick the match type for that we have? And he said, and I'll tell you what, how about we don't wait? How about we have that match next week? And Steven Regal, he looks at Juventud and he says, You've definitely proven that you can that you have a few tricks up your sleeve, that you always have some tricks, some ways of cheating to win. But let's see if you have what it takes to just flat out wrestle. Because Juventud, you and I are going to wrestle next week in an Iron Man match.
Oh.
And Juventud accepts. We've got a triple threat match. We got Matt Hardy, Steve Corino, and Shane Helms. In a decent match, Matt Hardy defeats Steve Corino and Shane Helms in 12:27 when Matt Hardy pins Steve Corino with Splash Mountain. Matt Hardy's new finishing move, Splash Mountain. Okay. Yeah, I guess. And then we have a little hype video hyping up that next week Raven will be in action. He's not here today, but he will be next week.
Simmons Bank Field.
Yes, and our main event, which didn't do well, probably because the Harris twins were there. Yeah. But in a good match, Rock, Ray, and AJ Styles defeat the Council of Kidman when Rock pinned Ron Harris with a Hurricane DDT.
18? Is that how long it went?
Yeah, 18:24, yep. Then after the match, Rock, AJ Styles, and Ray, they're all celebrating. Don Harris manages to get back to his feet, and The Rock hits him with a rock bottom, and everyone's cheering. And while he's on the rock bottom, The Rock hits him with a people's elbow, and everyone's losing it. And then they pick him back up, and AJ Styles hits Don Harris with a Styles Clash, and everyone loses it. And then, of course, finally they pick him back up, and Ray hits him with a 619. And
I didn't mean to call it post angle. Tell me what happens in it.
Well, it was a post angle, and 81.
I don't know what. Oh God.
So 81.
Oh no.
Yeah, I thought the main event. I knew the Harris twins weren't going to do great, but I thought everybody else could potentially save it, but they could not. So, but that's okay, because you know what, Justin? There's always next week.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
there's gonna have to be.
There's gonna have to be.
There's gonna have to be.
There's gonna have to be. And so cool. We will see you guys next time for SmackDown.
That was the sound of me beating you up, Chad.
Yeah? That's what that sounded like?
Yeah.
That was the sound of you beating me up?
Yeah, Chad, welcome to SmackDown. I didn't change where I'm going to be. Oh, no. Mid-South, we're in Arkansas. Let's run a big Texas. Well, because we were in Oklahoma, so we'll run Texas real quick. Do the Corpy, yeah, let's do the Dallas. No, we won't do the Dallas. We'll do the Dallas Reunion Arena, Chad. We're in Dallas, Texas, Chad.
Nice.
Dallas, Texas. Speaking of Dallas, Texas, everything is bigger in the state of Texas. Chad, you ever been there?
No. Actually, that's not true. We were in there once. We had a layover. I don't think that counts, though.
I think every time I ask this question, you bring that up, and it wasn't me and you. It was a whole different flight that you had.
I'm pretty sure it was me and you.
No, it was not.
I don't know. I don't fly unless it's you. Unless it involves you guys. So. I'm trying to think of what else it'd be. Oh no, maybe Vegas. It was after the Vegas trip. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, I get.
So yeah, I've been to.
I could tell you what it was.
I was in Texas. I just had to think about it. I was in Texas for like an hour.
Yes, because we had straight flights to New Orleans. We never had a layover in New Orleans that I can remember. We may have had. No, we didn't have a layover at all. We flew straight there, and then Philadelphia was the same way. We've only been on 2 trips, Chad. We need to go on another one.
We do.
We need to go on another one. Where do you want to go?
I don't know. Maybe Texas.
Well, everything is bigger in Texas, and let me tell you. It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bigger butts, bigger boobs, and bigger action in the ring, including Tajiri and Jack Evans tonight here. And the pre-show, Tajiri getting a nice little big old Dallas, Texas reunion win over Jack Evans. And our other pre-show bout between 2 guys that used to team together, it's Tom Cohen Test.
Ooh. Tom Cohen Test.
Yeah.
T squared.
Yeah, T squared.
T time.
TNT.
TNT.
Travis Tomko beats...
Test.
No, he doesn't. He beats himself. Test beats him. in 9:34 with a pump handle slam. We move straight into the show where we ended last week in the car, or in the parking lot. It was an ambush. Remember, they chased Rene Dupree or Sylvain Grenier and Rob Conway into the parking lot, where Rene Dupree was already in the car, ready to run him over. And we start off Monday Night Raw watching the footage that we didn't get to see on TV, where they actually ran out of the way. They escaped out of the way, Chad. Ooh. They rolled. They did a little barrel roll out of the way.
Interesting.
They've learned. They have adapted to the surroundings of the parking lot, Chad. And they got out of there. They got out of there alive this time, Chad.
Well, that's good.
And luckily, Rene Dupree didn't crash either. I'm joking. He hit a wall. Ruined his car. Totaled his car. And Rene Dupree, Rob Conway and Sylvain Grenier had to go check on him, because you don't want to see your guy hurt.
No, you never do.
And C.W. Anderson blindsided them, and they beat him down after checking on their hurt friend. Is that heel or face? No, it's face. They almost tried to get run over.
It's brotherhood. It's friendship.
We move on. Our opening match of the night, they don't click. That does stink, but Too Cold Scorpio and Caprice Coleman go one-on-one, and Too Cold Scorpio gets his first win back in WWE in 3 years, beating Caprice Coleman with a tumbleweed, Chad. How do you feel about this match?
Nice. Good for Too Cold Scorpio getting a win.
Nice.
I'm glad his neck held up.
Yeah, okay. All right. Sexy Shannon and Melina make their way down to the ring up next, Chad. We're hot and heavy with matches in cruiserweight action tonight, as we had a tag team match. Shannon Moore will be teaming up with a man, taking on Chris Sabin and Nunzio. I forgot who the man was. Was it? Oh, Volador Jr. How could I forget, Chad?
No. How could you?
And Shannon Moore, using his experience and his class, athlete, talent, whatever you want to call it, pinning Shannon Moore with an orgasm. And he carried this match. He got an 87. Brother can go. Former WCW World Heavyweight Champion. I just noticed that I was not talking into the mic. How awful of me. How unprofessional. We move on. I was supposed to have an angle there, but we'll have it next week. We'll just move it back a week. We'll move it back. Actually, it makes sense if I have it next week, now that I'm thinking about it. Scott Steiner is arriving to the ring, and Kevin Kelly, he's like a good fan. Not a good fan, a very obsessed fan at a wrestler's hotel room after they get out of the show, and they're asking for autographs and interviews 2 a.m. in a fucking Hilton in downtown Des Moines. Yes, I've been there. We've all done it. He just doesn't get it. He's not a true worker, Chad Pringle is.
What?
He just doesn't. He can't cut it.
I'm just sitting here, dude, minding my own business.
Chad, that's the gimmick, brother. That's the
get a new gimmick. I don't like it.
Oh my god! I didn't know you changed your gimmick to bitch too. I'm sorry, that was mean. That was mean. Speaking of mean, Kevin Kelly is asking Scott Steiner about his upcoming tag match. Him and John Cena tonight are taking on two members of the family. They're taking on Chris Harris and Mike Sanders. And he asked him, and Scott Steiner is a man of little words right now because he is still in mourning of his hoochie mamas. He is not in his vibrant and jubilant mood. He is in a somber and sad mood. He said, this one goes out to all my hoochie mamas. Steven Richards, Chris Harris, Chris Hero, Mike Sanders. I'm going to kill all you. I'm going to kill you. And then you can go, I'm going to reunite you with the hoochie mamas. Shout out to the hoochie mamas, Chad.
Shout out to the hoochie mamas.
Speaking of hoochie mamas, Kane takes on Don Fry in our main event tonight, Chad. It's a big one. We haven't seen Kane and The Undertaker in a hot couple of weeks, but they're back. Kane, Don Fry, main event. Speaking of our main event, Chavo Guerrero. He says at Summers... Hey! No meowing! Or I'll send you with the hoochie mamas too. That was about the pile driver, our cat. Chavo Guerrero says at SummerSlam, this one's not only for himself, this one's not only just to win a belt, this one's for his family, this one's for all the people back home that believe in him. This one is not just about beating Latin Lover. It's proving to Latin Lover and proving to anyone, including himself, that he didn't make it this far just based off his name. He made it this far off of true talent, after true dedication to the craft, not just because he got born into a famous family of luchadors. Chavo Guerrero, Latin Lover, SummerSlam, United States Championship on the line in 8 days. Speaking of championship on the line, it's Kid Cash and El Samurai with no championship on the line. I tricked you. You thought you had me in the first half. No, you are the San Diego Chargers, and I am the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you just blew a 27-0 lead because Justin Herbert stinks. Kid. Don't tell Tony that, Chen.
Okay. We have it on recorded audio now.
Now, I have it on recorded audio. You don't.
Unless you edit it, then it'll be on YouTube, and then Tony will see it.
No. Good thing I edit all the videos.
Let's see if you remember how to edit it.
How to edit it?
Let's see if you remember to edit it out.
Edit. SmackDown 8-minute mark. Week 3, 2002. Right. August. Well, now it's written right here, Chad.
Well, Tony will still believe me when I tell him it happened, so...
Okay. Would you have any proof?
I don't think other than the fact that Tony will just trust me, I don't need proof. But anyway, continue.
Okay, fair enough. Kid Cash defeats El Samurai in 16-19 with a double arm DDT, and then after the match, he calls out Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, whatever iteration he wants to come out and he wants that match at SummerSlam, Chad. He wants to finally put away Mick Foley and just put him out of his misery. He's sick and tired of the man that just change his face whenever he wants to. Kid Cash gonna make his mark, make his legacy statement at SummerSlam, and he puts out Mick Foley.
Well, he already beat Mick Foley once.
But he beat Dude Love.
Oh, okay.
And it's because Dude Love didn't want to wrestle. He's a man of love.
Okay.
He went for the hug and got a brainbuster. The family lay out their plans for the night, Chad. It's Chris Harris and Mike Sanders, the two of the younger guys in the family in terms of experience and just in the ring so far. We really haven't seen Mike Sanders in a lot. We saw Chris Harris last week. He lost to John Cena, but when it comes to the lower guys in terms of the guys in the family, Sanders and Harris are at the bottom. But speaking of bottoms, Scotty 2 Hotty and La Parka go 1-on-1. And Scotty 2 Hotty gets a job done, Chad, in 14:36, beating the 100 Match Club member La Parka.
Ooh.
In 14:36. Can you tell me who he wrestled to get in that 100 Club?
Oh man, who did La Parka wrestle to get into the 100 Club? Was it Triple H?
No, it was Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero was my second guess.
A random SmackDown. And then after the match, Chad, Jeff Jarrett just comes out and collapses. Maybe he's changed his mind. Maybe the winds have changed for Jeff Jarrett and Scotty 2 Hotty, because last week he basically spit in his face. And now, maybe third time's the charm. Maybe he's changed his mind about Scotty 2 Hotty in the Double J records. Remember, Double J did say that he's got a new client, and their signing bonus is Triple H in the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, Chad.
Yes.
Oh, God, this match stunk.
Oh, no.
Chris Harris and Mike Sanders defeat John Cena and Scott Steiner when Harris pins Cena with a catatonic following interference from Stevie Richards after Chris Hero kind of attacked Scott Steiner on the outside as well when the referee was distracted. Wow, this match was not good, and good thing I did not main event this. Holy Ginobili. Yeah, disinterested crowd. They didn't want to see this fucking match at all, brother. And going straight to that main event, though, Chad. Yeah. I forgot to put an angle right there that I was meant to do. It's Kane and Don Fry up next to save the show. This crowd fucking hates this show tonight. Holy moly, what ruined it? Oh, this match just stunk. Wow. I was not expecting an 81 here. Don Fry. Interesting. He was pulling 96s last week. Or 2 weeks ago. What happened? Don Fry, sick of this shit. Kane wins in 1743. But that's not the end of it, Chad. That's not the end of it. Because Undertaker's out there, too. Right?
Right.
And then out come those dastardly final bosses, Hashimoto and Kojima and Misawa and Cornette, come out and they start to get in the ring. They get in the ring, right? And they're staring down Taker and Kane, the numbers game, and then out comes Goldberg, and we have a huge stare down. Goldberg, Misawa, Kojima, Kane, Hashimoto, Taker. Cornette's just yelling with a ah! 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 And that's how we end SmackDown in 86. Oh no, worst show of the week, but we still did the best. Didn't we do the worst show?
I don't remember whose Monday was better.
I think I did better on. Well, we're about to find out live.
We'll have to find out live.
We're gonna find out. You guys know.
Yeah, you guys know, but we
forgot.
We had a few hour break in between the Monday and the Monday shows.
You may have won. I don't remember Raw. I don't think Nitro did hot. If I can remember right. I hate showing this shit. Raw got a 92. I think, yeah. I hope you won. For your sake, you better have beaten a 92, brother. You didn't win 87.
Ah, damn.
I still take it. Another one for the good guys. We'll see you for the go-homes, where Chad will book a go-home, and he'll probably have a 6-man match.
Maybe. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't have... Wow, you didn't have one last year. Or last month. You only had a 2-on-2. Mm-hmm. And a 1-on-1. And a 2-on-2. Well, I feel like I've seen that kind of match a lot. Bubba and Punk. 2 straight Nitro go-homes with Punk and Bubba. Will that happen 3 straight months? We'll find out on the go-homes.